People at school knew about his YouTube channel, including his principal, but she said his stuff
No way.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Until a nigga land, you got a man. Know what I do to your man.
How cenat went from homeless to a millionaire, bro.
Kai was homeless and had to live in a shelter?
Yeah, I remember that.
He was in the shelter, bro. I don't tell nobody that. I still have shelter sheets in my crib in New York.
When most people see Kai cenat, they think of the money, flashy cars, icy jewelry, and millions of subscribers. But little do y'all know, Kai wasn't just struggling, he was fighting to survive. Kai wasn't even supposed to be here, bro. His whole odds were stacked against him, but even when life had him down, Kai always had that hustle. In this video, I'll be explaining to you guys how Kai cenat went from broke to rich. Now let's go way back to the beginning. Remember when I was saying that the chances of Kai being rich and famous was super low? Yeah, it was difficult. He was raised by a single mom that was trying to support him and his 3 other siblings. He already started life on hard mode. When they hit rock bottom,
that's crazy to say.
Homeless shelters just to survive.
That is wild to say. Hard mode is crazy, bro.
All comfortable enough.
When his family's lives started to get together a little bit, he started going to high school at Frederick Douglass Academy. During this time, he started making YouTube videos. In his early days of YouTube, it was hard for him to gain subscribers, and he just didn't have much luck.
What's the first content you started doing on that YouTube channel?
Q&A, Master Passes, reaction videos,
so
like a whole. I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a fan base.
Even though he wasn't getting that many views, some of the people at school knew about his YouTube channel, including his principal. But she said his stuff sucked.
My principal called my videos garbage though, because she found out I was doing it in school, and then she looked at my videos and called them trash. Like I would never forget that.
When you actually think about it, that's kind of crazy.
That's
the person
crazy.
That's running the school and is supposed to be motivating students is the same one
Call you
calling the guy that's doing
trash.
something outside the norm weird. Shouldn't that principal be applauding the student for trying something new? That's just ignorant hate. But Kai was not gonna let that stop him. After he graduated high school, he went to college and got a regular 9-to-5 job. I guess at the time he just wanted some security. You know, if the YouTube stuff doesn't work out, I could just at least get a decent job, have a family, and live a comfortable life. But that was always at the back of his mind. Kai knew that doing this YouTube stuff was either to get rich or die trying.
When you in your grinding stage, that hunger is different. It's about if you can maintain it or not. All I wanted to do was just work. Once you get that in you, like you can't stop.
During this time period, he would upload consistently, and then he managed to even collab with a YouTuber named Phantom. This collaboration changed his life. Phantom and Kai went on to be good friends, and Phantom introduced him to other YouTubers. These YouTubers were Chris Next Door, Agent 00, Duke Dennis, and I'm Davis. Together, they created a YouTube group called AMP. Kai started to notice that the other creators were just like him. What separated him from them is that they took a risk, and they're now making a living off of YouTube. They weren't smarter, they weren't more talented, they just went all in. And that's when it clicked for Kai. If they can do it, why not him? And let's not get it twisted. This is a decision that was weighing on him for a long time. It's not like he just woke up one day and said, I'm gonna drop out. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just gotta bet on yourself, even if it means going against the grain.
Yes, I officially dropped out of college. The college videos is what made this channel. I'm not even gonna lie. But let me tell y'all something, man. When you know that something is holding you back from getting to the next level, it's like you just have to sacrifice that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to miss college deal. But I just came to a realization that it was actually holding me back in the long run. Off camera, it was just stressing me out. Homework, having things coming on that time when I had to focus on you guys. If I know that my dream could work, I'm gonna put it before anything.
And I don't blame him for doing that. As of 2024, collectively, people are watching 1 billion hours of videos a day. And 5 billion videos are watched daily as well. And with YouTube generating around $4 billion of revenue every day, this is the more reason to double down on that opportunity. As social media continues to expand, these hours and numbers increase. If you see that your YouTube channel is gaining traction to the point where it's making you enough money, especially more money than your full-time job, it's more the reason to double down on it because it's a one-time opportunity. Not everybody gets a chance to become a famous YouTuber. So even if all else fails, you can always go back to college. But that's not to say college isn't important. Obviously, have a backup plan. I'll leave Kai to let you know that.
If it's going slow, you gotta stay in college. I'm not gonna lie, stay in school. If it ends up doing really good and things are taking off, don't even waste your time in there. I'm not even gonna lie. Make sure you have a backup plan. Not like you could just do things without having a backup plan. I always think twice. It took me a long time to decide.
With Kai being paid from YouTube now, he can finally live his dreams and do what he likes. Kai is mostly getting paid by YouTube ad revenue at this time, and they usually pay per 1,000 views. The amount you get paid can vary depending on what type of content you post and what niche you're in. So you could get anywhere in between 50 cents to even $50 per 1,000 views. Kai's most viewed video on his YouTube channel has 22 million views. I'll leave you guys to guess how much money he made off that, as I'll cover that later in the video. But let's continue into the secret star that expanded Kai's career. Now that secret star is named Chris. Chris became Kai's cameraman right after he dropped out of college.
I'm curious.
Bro, the Chris situation, bro. I swear the Chris situation, bro. That was actually so sad. And then the other Chris situation where they put Chris next door on the, I think it was, I forgot what brand, forgot what brand it was, bro. But they did Chris next door so wrong with that little article, bro. They got it wrong. They didn't know which Chris they was talking about.
Is how you got to the point where you started working with Kai.
It was during quarantine. He posted looking for a cameraman in New York. Swiped the up and I said, hey, I'm here. And he was like, all right, pull up. And he sent me his address and I just pulled up. He explained the video and we literally just got to work.
And this is one of the smartest things Kai has ever done. It helped Kai's channel blow the hell up. Kai used to always film by himself, so that made it harder to make content he really wanted to do. So having a dedicated cameraman made it able for him to do other things. Since that move, they've reached a wider audience.
Nah, it's crazy. What did I just watch?
They've even managed to go to different countries like Asia and Africa. More specifically,
it's not like that no more,
Ghana
bro.
and Nigeria. These millions of views has made Kai's channels hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now this was just a stepping stone, but there was something else that made Kai blow up even more. If you guys are seeing the pattern, Kai is slowly building his team, kinda like a corporate business. A regular business needs its CEO, marketing manager, engineers, communications team, sales teams, product team, and more. One man can only do so many things. If you have different people focusing on different tasks, it makes the company or business work smoother, faster, and efficiently. And what made it smoother for Kai was to hire an editor. Editing is probably 60% of the hard work when it comes to being a content creator. And I can say that for a fact because editing these videos is time consuming. Kai's new editor's name was CB Ryan. He has a YouTube video on his channel explaining the whole process and how he became Kai's editor.
Kai basically called me and said that he wanted me on standby to be his editor. He told me that he might need an editor to just be ready. So a week passes by and then he ends up calling me and gives me a video. I ended up doing the video for him. He liked how I did it and then decided to make me his official editor.
Not only did Kai have an editor now, he had a good one at that fact. YouTube has a thing called audience retention. And to simplify it, the higher your audience retention, the more likely your video is going to show up on other people's recommended, meaning you get more views. It's kind of like a positive feedback loop. If John likes this video and watches it all the way through, they show it to Susan. And if Susan likes it, they show it to Jerry, and so on and so on. And in order to have a high watch time, you need an engaging YouTube video with lots of text and graphics. Now, this isn't always the case for different niches and channels, but if you're making entertainment and personality-based videos like Kai, the editing helps a lot with the storytelling and keeping things engaging, especially considering that as social media gets bigger, attention spans are dropping like crazy. CB's editing work helped Kai gain millions of more views. This isn't the only person that helped Kai get to the top. There's another piece to the puzzle, and that piece is Kai's thumbnail designer. Thumbnails are really important to YouTube videos, and if you don't have a good thumbnail, people won't click on your video. There's a thing on YouTube called CTR, and it measures how many times people saw your YouTube video on their home feed versus how many people that actually clicked and watched it. With those two formulas, you get a percentage. On average, you would like to shoot for an 8% CTR. So for every 100 people that saw your video on their home feed, 8 people actually clicked and watched the video. The higher the CTR, the more views you get because more people are clicking on your video or your thumbnail. Kai was looking to increase his CTR by hiring a thumbnail designer. So in early 2022, he set out to do that. This guy's name is Kinsey Creative. This dude is like the Picasso of YouTube thumbnails. As you can see by his work over here, it's very detailed and very realistic. Because of how good these thumbnails were, it's like a huge surge of engagement for Kai's channel. I mean, just look at this. Kai's older thumbnails and Kinsey's newer thumbnails for Kai. No wonder why it performed so well. If you guys want to see the behind the scenes of how they make these thumbnails, here's a clip I found.
This, the kick sneakers. What else?
Let me cook. Let me cook. Let me cook.
Kinsey, why you can't just work your magic and just Photoshop?
And just like that, if you have an interesting looking thumbnail, people are bound to click. In December 2022, Kinsey showed a tweet showing the progress of when he started working with Kai. Because of how great the thumbnails were, they ended up gaining 153 million views and 993,000 subscribers. Pretty much a million. And the crazy thing is, this was all in a course of 8 months. Most people can barely even get 50 subscribers in a year. Talk about 1 million in 8 months. Even though Kinsey's thumbnails were amazing, we can't forget about how creative Kai was with his content. He's always doing crazy stunts in his videos, constantly uploading, so that shows his work ethic, and the type of content he does is always pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The reason why they're always pushing the boundaries is because Kai's always cooking up. He has a super secret content wall in his room where he comes up with his best ideas. It almost got leaked a couple months ago, but luckily it wasn't enough for the audience to see. And I'm definitely sure this whiteboard is the reason why he's came up with one of his biggest video ideas. Like when he was doing the 7 days in prison stream, the Red Dead 2 stream, and his 30-day subathon that was non-stop. No breaks, he was streaming every single day. And those those videos
He
brought
did
in
it again.
so many views. I'm talking about
I watched
millions.
this. I watched some of it. It was
Ultimately, Kai is the
fire.
product. If you package it right and people like the product, aka thumbnail, title, all that stuff, then it's an instant success. And since I just mentioned millions, I think it's an appropriate time to talk about how Kai makes his money. So let's break it down. YouTube's got this thing called CPM, which is also known as cost per mil. It's just a fancy way of saying how much YouTube pays you per 1,000 views. It can range in between 2 cents to $36. But this all depends on what niche you're in. On the upper end of that is people that typically make finance, digital marketing, or education content. It's because the people that pay for those advertisements have deeper pockets, so they're willing to spend more money to get their audience to buy their product. These are typically finance firms, educational platforms, banks, and anything of that sort. If you're in the entertainment niche like Kai, based off this study I found, you're looking to have a $2.74 CPM. Kai's most viewed video on his streaming channel has 22 million views right now.
X_recray left.
He would have made $60,000 off of that one video.
God
I don't know about you,
damn.
but that's a lot of money. If you combine all the views on Kai's main channel and second channel, it equals to over 4.4 billion views. So if I'm doing the math correctly, off of just ad revenue alone, Kai has made well over $12 million off of his 2 YouTube channels. And this
12 fucking million, bro. 12 million. I can't even imagine having $12 million, let alone when he was in the 30 days monthly-a-thon 2. Apparently he made 2 million just from the subscribing. 12 million, bro. Look, together it's 12 million, bro. No way. I gotta lock in, bro. I gotta lock in.
This isn't even the tip of the iceberg. There are other revenue streams Kai has. Merchandise, stream donations, stream subs, sponsorships, and even revenue from AMP. If we're talking about Kai's Twitch subs, he currently has 122,900. If we multiply that by the average price of a Twitch subscription, which is $4.99 a month, we're talking about an easy $600,000 every single month. Unfortunately, Twitch takes 50% of that, so we're more looking at $300,000. Over the course of a year, though, that $300,000 turns into $3.6 million a year. So that's putting Kai's net worth at around $15 million. I'm guessing it's close to 20 million now because he still gets money off of donations, and I'm pretty sure he gets paid off of some sort of merchandise and brand deals. Kai and the rest of the AMP team were in a Fortnite commercial just recently.
Yes, they were, which was tough.
Go ahead, bro.
Here you go.
Nah.
And Fortnite commercials aren't cheap. Based off of how big Kai is, I'm gonna assume he charges $5,000 to $50,000 per sponsorship. And with larger brands paying more than that, he's likely earning over $1 million a year off sponsorships alone. I checked all around the internet, and I don't think Kai has any proper merchandise right now. I guess he's just focused on content creation and not really the clothing. He used to have merch when he was a smaller creator though. These are just guesstimate numbers, but let's see how much Kai makes off merch. Based off how many Twitch subs Kai has, he has 120,000. With that data, I'm guessing Kai has a loyal audience of 100,000 people that will willingly buy something from him. So let's say the average price of his t-shirt is $25. If all 100,000 of those loyal fans buy that t-shirt, that's a cool $2.5 million added to his pocket. And that's only one merchandise drop. He could do as many as he wants. And then we can't forget about his other assets such as cars, clothes, and other valuable investments. He has a Lamborghini Urus that costs $200,000, a Rolls Royce Coolian that costs $500,000, an Audi R8 that costs $200,000, and a Dodge Charger Hellcat that costs $100,000. As far as real estate, he bought a really nice house for his family, and this house costs in between $3 to $4 million. So with all this public information I got, this brings Kai's net worth to well over $23 million. God, that was a lot of math. If Kai went from nothing to something, I'm pretty sure you can do it too.
Whatever you got going on, focus on yourself. Whatever you want to do is definitely possible. Chase your dreams.
And I try, and I keep trying.
Don't take any of it for granted. And pray, like legit, have a close connection with God.
And if that doesn't motivate you enough, there was a study that said the creator economy could approach $500 billion by 2027. So there's even more memories and money to be made. So what's next for Kai? He says in the future he wants to dive more into acting.
Let's say 10 years from now, where do you think you'll be in your life then, and what do you think?
I think of this one, acting. I want to get into movies and do a whole bunch of acting for real.
And with that, I wish him the best of luck.
Bro, I really got locked in with the streaming shit, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. If I want to be like Kai Cenat, I gotta lock in, bro. I gotta lock in, bro.